Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। ओम मंगलम भगवान विष्णु मंगलम गरुड़ध्वज मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्ष मंगलाय तनो हरि। हरि ओम तत्सत। सर्वं श्री कृष्णार्पणमस्तु।
Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Yes, Hare Krishna. So, welcome to you all. Welcome you all for the Bhakti Shastri fast track batch second and the end of our module 2 also. Today is the last chapter of 12th chapter we are taking. We'll start with Pranati. Okay, Hare Krishna. Prabhu, you want to take some water or something? You're fasting today? Nirjal fasting?
Yes, Mother, I am fasting since 3 years. It is 3 years now.
Is it Nirjal fasting are you taking?
No, Mataji.
No, you can have some water because you've been chanting for so long.
Yeah. No, Nirjala Ekadasi. I have Pitta body, Mataji. Pitta body.
Okay, Hare Krishna. So you will be able to take Pranati. I have added 2 shlokas, Srinvatam, which you know, I think.
Yeah. I'm trying to open the. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I just put it in the group also.
Yes. I got it. So, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjalasalakaya Chakshurunnitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Ena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadhamayam Dadanti Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Shri Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhotam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभयेव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो ब्राह्मणदेवाय गोब्राह्मणहिताय च जगद्हिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातं हं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीगुरुता दीनतारणं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरं कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्ग्रये नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत् शृण्वतां स्वकता कृष्णा पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः हृदय अन्तस्थः भद्राणि विधिनोन्ति हृत्सतां नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाशतदेशतारिणे पञ्चतत्त्वकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं जय हो श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः ओम श्री कृष्ण परमात्मने नमः ओम नमो वेंकटेशाय ओम नमो नारायणाय हरि ओम तत्सत्
Hare Krishna. Yes. So, Bhakti Yoga, like, we have come to the middle part, which is the Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga, last chapter, which is a devotional service. How, the Lord is explaining very in detail how you can do the devotional service. Already he has explained so many things. Now, he has still more come till the lower level to teach us, how to do the devotional service. So that is what is explained in 12th chapter. It's a very simple, though it is simple, it has lot of contents in it. Okay, we'll start with that. And Yeah. So, Prabhuji, you can start. Now, shall I? Whoever is free for reading the shlokas and the purport and all can raise your hand. Okay. Or Vamshidhar Prabhuji can take. If nobody is taking, I'll take.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I take sloka and verse. Somebody will take Mataji Parpata.
Yes, yes. No
Okay, okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Atha Dwadasa Bhagavad Gita. How Dwadasa chapter. Dwadasa chapter. Adhyaya.
Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti
Sri
Yoga.
Arjuna Dwadasa Adhyaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Arjuna Vacha Evam Satatam Yukta Ya
Yukta
Ukta Ye Bhaktastvam Paryupasate Ye Chapi Aksharam Avyaktam Tesham Ye Yoga Vittamaha.
Haribol. So I'll again read once again, and then I will start with the first shloka.
Yeah.
Arjuna uvacha evam satata yuktaye bhakta svam paryupasate ichapyaksharam avyaktam tesham ke yoga vittamaha. Now synonyms will see word to word meaning. Arjuna uvacha. Arjuna said, evam, thus, satata. Satatam, we always say, no, satata means always. Yuktaha, engaged. Ye, those who, bhaktaha, devotees, tvam, you, paryupasate, properly worship. Ye, those who, cha, also, api, again, aksharam, beyond the senses, avyaktam, the unmanifested, tesham, of them, ke, who, yoga vittamaha, the most perfect in knowledge of yoga. So now translation in purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Arjuna inquired, which are considered to be more perfect? See again, though he says, I know I'm very clear, no, I have no doubt and all he says, but in every chapter he will always start, even the 13th chapter, he'll have doubt. So see, that is how a student has to be. He has to get all the doubts cleared. Otherwise, just, teacher me bol diya, I just said yes, I nodded my head because I got convinced somehow. What did you understand? No, but teacher said no, so I have understood. It is not like that. We have to think, because we have intelligence, we have to think whether is it right or have I not understood well. If I'm not convinced, then I should be asking the teacher why it is like that. In the initial, when I was in 7th chapter and when I just came, there were so many questions people were asking. Now I don't know. Nobody's asking any questions. Either I'm unable to convince you, or you people are gone fully blank, or you people have really understood what things you are reading. Initially, you people had a lot of doubts. So I always take it in the, like on the positive side, optimistically, I think like you people have already developed in intelligence wise, you have started understanding the scriptures. Okay, so now Arjuna is again asking. Now, whatever questions he is asking, only to clear our doubts. So, what he's asking, which are considered to be more perfect? Those who are always properly engaged in your devotional service. That means who? Personal form. People who believe in a personal form. Dvaita philosophy. This is Dvaita is one. Jivatma is one. Paramatma is different. So we are what is our constitutional position? Always to serve the Lord. Wherever you are, even if you get Goloka Vrindavan, still there also you are going to serve the Lord. That is the dual first the philosophy we are following. The other one is Advaita philosophy. Advaita is one and the same. I am Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi, they say like that. And they merge with Brahman. They have a different conscious level they talk. So that is what he is asking. So who is more perfect? The one who are always properly engaged in your devotional service, that is Dvaita philosophy, people who are following Dvaita philosophy, are they perfect? Or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested. So what is impersonal Brahman? The effulgence coming out of the Lord. That is impersonal, this Brahman. So that people, there are one sect of people like, Advaita philosophy, they believe that only as God, that is impersonal, no rupa, no akar, nothing. Nirguna, they say God, he doesn't have any guna. We don't believe in all that. He has all the gunas. Anyway, so Arjuna himself is asking, to who to be considered as perfect? The one with people who are worshipping the Lord with the form or without the form, which is Brahman. So now purport, what Prabhupada is explaining about this, we'll see. Krishna has now explained about the personal, all this 10th chapter, 11th chapter, everything he has explained about the personal features. So now Krishna has now explained about the personal, the impersonal, and the universal. Impersonal also he taught in between, and the universal form also he has shown, and has described all kinds of devotees like yogis, and what this Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga has also been explained. Karma Yogas are also been explained. So all these things he has explained. Generally, the transcendentalists can be divided into two classes. One is the impersonalist and the other is personalist. What is impersonalist? A set of people who are believing only the formless, God in the formless form. Formless form is what? Is there, some Shakti is there. But what? There is no Rupa, there is no Nama. So like that, some supernatural power, they may think like that. So what, how will they worship? They will not worship like making garland and put where? There's no form at all. भोग किसको चढ़ाएंगे? How, where they will do arati and all? Nothing. For them, Mangala Arati doesn't matter to them at all. Only personalists, people like us, we have to see the Lord, dress him up, give him food, give him mala, give him everything, make him happy. Whatever you do it for him like that. We have that concept, but those people, they don't have. So there, in general, there are only two types of people. One is personalist, who like us, who duality, and the other one is impersonalists, who are Advaita philosophy they follow. So generally, the transcendentalists can be divided into two classes. One is impersonalist and the other is personalist. The personalist devotee engages himself with all energy in the service of the Supreme Lord. The impersonalist, what they do? They also engage, they also do, but not like us. So the impersonalist also engage himself, not directly in the service of Krishna, but what they do meditation. But what? No form, nothing. Just hold your breath, you concentrate on one sound or something, or just keep your mind blank and sit for hours together. People are doing that. My friend is there. He is also from this. Of course, even I was from the impersonalist, this only. Now I came to personalist. So he does meditation at 40 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour and all. They just sit and they do meditate. So the impersonalist also engage himself in the Lord, but they don't have a form. They don't consider as one form. They will not restrain that form that Krishna has only like this. They don't just restrict that way. So not directly in the service of Krishna, but in meditation on the impersonal Brahman. So now the light is what? The light is not, it is not pointed to one place. It is pervaded everywhere. Like that they believe, which is unmanifested. We find in this chapter that of the different processes of for realization of the absolute truth, Bhakti Yoga, that is devotional service, is the highest. Now, earlier in the start of the chapter only, the module, second module, I said, the first 6 chapters are on Karma Yoga. The last 6 chapters are this Jnana Yoga. So what is in between? The in between is from 7th chapter to 12th chapter, it is Bhakti Yoga. So, and Acharyas also say, so it is like a sandwich. So what you normally keep in between, which is very costly things, only you keep. If it is a very rare, very cheap thing, what you keep everywhere. But the costliest jewels and your ornaments or anything you have precious, some precious stone you have or anything precious, what you do? You keep it in a wrap, put it in another cover, put it in a box, put it in a locker, put it in the cupboard. You keep that thing so safe because it is so very precious. So our Bhakti Yoga is also so very precious. It is like sandwich in between of Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga. So why Bhakti? So the question will come in 13th chapter. In the slide it was given in 18 days course. Why, if Bhakti Yoga is so very important, it should have been kept last, no? Say after learning 1, 2, and the third is the best, like that. But no, here we don't consider like that. It is the best. Why? That's why it has been protected in between Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga. So that's why Mataji has come now. I'll just make her co-host. Yeah, because I'll forget to Hare Krishna. So that's why Bhakti Yoga is very important. So we find in this chapter that of the different processes for realization of the absolute truth, Bhakti Yoga, that is devotional service, is the highest. If one at all desires to have the association of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then he must take to devotional service, which is simplest, easiest. Let's going in a lift or going in an elevator. So who will take the steps and walk a long distance and take hardship? Because you are going to attain the same result. Whatever they, in fact, you'll attain quickly also, and you're definite to go. That assurance is also God is giving. So you're assured to reach the destination. So why not take the easy path, which is the Bhakti path, Bhakti Yoga. So those who worship the Supreme Lord directly by devotional service are called personalists. Those who engage themselves in meditation on the impersonal Brahman are called impersonalists. Arjuna is here questioning which position is better. Should I be an impersonalist or should I be a personalist? So there are different ways to realize the absolute truth. But Krishna indicates in this chapter that Bhakti Yoga or devotional service to him is the highest of all. Made it very clear. Now Krishna himself is saying, you can, show your devotion. You can, praise me or do whatever you want to offer me as a person. You think me as a person. I am, as a personalist, when you follow, that is the best. That is what he is saying here. So that is the highest of all. He says in Bhagavad Gita, it is the most direct and it is the easiest means for association with the Godhead. Now, in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the Supreme Lord explained that a living entity is not a material body. So what are we then? We are all body only, no? But no, we are not body. As long as, no, still we are in the lowest stage. That's why we still, somebody, insults us, you feel bad. Something, you attach everything to the body. That person, I will never talk to him. The way he, even like normal, when you walk on the road and all, see, I smiled at him, he did not smile at me. I said Hare Krishna to him, he did not even bother. He must be in his own world, he must have looked at you, but then he is not in his presence of mind. He will be just walking with mind somewhere else. But then we feel hurt so much. Somebody says something harsh words or some this, he didn't even look at me, he didn't even smile at me. So we all attach to each other as a body concept. But here is saying, so that's why here it is saying, Supreme Lord explained that living entity is not the material body. We are not actually body. We are all the soul only. But people like less intelligent people like us, we are trying to actually understand that we are not this body. This body is going to die one day. Earlier, 30 years back, what I was, now the body is changed. After again 20, 30 years, I will not be there. I will be gone. But then the Atma is always will be there. So the living entity is not the material body, it is the soul. So he is a spiritual spark. So all the living entities are what? They are all spiritual spark. And the absolute truth is a spiritual whole. Is rather, it has been compared to a fire, and we are all spark of that fire, just one spark, and or a ocean and a drop of ocean. So we are all qualitatively same. We are all Satchitananda. God is also Satchitananda, but quantitatively we are just a drop. Whereas he is Vibhu. But that's why that word is given in Shloka. He is Vibhu and we are all Anu. Anu means what? Tiniest. So what? And the absolute truth is a spiritual whole and we are just a spark. In the 7th chapter, he spoke of the living entity as being part and parcel of the supreme whole and recommended that he transfer his attention fully to the whole. So what are we supposed to do? Our constitutional position is always to be a servitor. We are all meant to serve the Lord as a living being, okay? But as a living being, as a fish or a tiny creature, can we do all that bhakti? We cannot do because we don't have that much intelligence. So because we have got the human form, because we have that intelligence, extra intelligence, we can differentiate what to do and what not to do. Now, people have taught us how to do bhakti. So what are we supposed to do? Take it in the positive sense and start doing bhakti towards the Lord. Bhakti is what? Doing devotional service. Especially today, being Ekadashi, whole day, I've seen many people, they don't talk. They will be just engrossed because this day should not be wasted at all. That's why the cooking is also not given importance, no? Eat anything like without grain. See, grain, when you have to cook grain, it takes time. Today, what? Any roots you can have. Some people offer, take only phal, the fruits. Some people don't even drink water. So because they don't want to waste time in preparing and cooking and eating and all. So the whole purpose of this Ekadashi, Upavas, we say. Upavas is what? Vas means to stay. With whom we are going to stay? With the thought, Upavas. We are going to be with the Lord in the thought, in the japa, in the name of japa, doing more of japa, and be in the after every 14 day on Ekadashi day, you are doing Upavas, means not eating different phal and all different varieties of food. It is for fasting from grains and fasting from everything and concentrate only on the Lord. So what is given here? So in the 7th chapter, he spoke of the living entity as being part, and we are all part and parcel of the supreme whole. That's why we are also Satchitananda. See, our parents, we all got the genes of our parents, no? Either no, or both the mother and father also. That's why your nose is like your father, your eyes are like your mother, your skin is like your grandfather, like that. People normally, the height is like that, your weight is like that. So we all got the genes of our parents, like biologically. The same thing God says he is our father. So don't we have, we won't have the, we will not talk about genes and all, at least we will have that quality of the Lord. So that's why we are a part and parcel of the Lord, because he is our father. So part and parcel of the supreme whole, and recommended that he transfer his attention fully to the whole. We are all recommended to concentrate on the Lord, because we have come from that house only. We have to go back to that house only. Whatever house where we are staying is only a temporary house. In this form, we are in this house. In earlier form, we were as a dog in some other's house. Next, I don't know about which form we will take according to our karma. We may take a rat, we may be a cockroach, lizard, or anything. So we won't know where we will land. So at least, because we are all in bhakti path and we are all continuing like that, and you people are all, especially in our class, all are youngsters. Now itself you have started. So at this age, my age and all, you would have really become master in all that. So next janma to hoga hi nahi. You people, that is assured. For you all, if you are going to continue this way, there won't be any next birth at all for you all. If at all, because out of that, mark in my kids' class, I used to always say, the marks are given like 100 out of 100. There's no passing mark of 35% or like that. It is 100 out of 100. Even if you get 99.99999, for that 0.0001, you have to take a birth. Until unless you get 100%, you have to take a birth again. But what is assured is, in 6th chapter, you must have learned, you will definitely get a human form, and that too where? In a
Suchinam Srimanam Gehe.
Yes, Srimatam Gehe, yes.
Yoginam family.
Aristocratic family, or in a divine, right from now we see, in Dr. Aishwarya Mataji's son. She is so small, 3.5-year-old child. What? Our children at home, they are not that bothered. In fact, we will feel, why you have to get up so early, sleep. We will make them sleep till they go to school or something. That time you get up early and go to school. But now you're so small. But first of all, we don't want to get pestered, because if they get up, they will disturb our japa and all that. So you'll make them say, oh, no, you sleep. But that child, early morning, he's coming to mandir. So what? He must be getting ready. He would have taken bath. He has everything, attire full, dhoti, everything, with tilak and all, he comes. And what are we doing? We means, I'm saying, people who are not attending at all. For them, I'm saying, they prefer to go to sleep. When God is there opening the curtain, he's showing his, what darshan, he is giving you, I'm ready to give you, benediction. But then we are not interested. No, we want to sleep. 7 o'clock, when the sun comes and hit your eyes, then you just squeeze your eyes, then only I can get up. I cannot get up when everything is dark. So that is how most of the people are like that, except for people who are in ISKCON. And who are in that ISKCON also, how many devotees are there? So many people are learning. But again, in what Mangalore, if you say only 800, 700 something, 800 something, 1,000 bhi nahi gaya. So why like that? No, I just can't understand why people have so become lazy and all that. But at least when you see, at least one day when you come and see that child is there, doing aarti and all, you should feel guilty. Ari, that small child is coming. What am I doing? I should not miss that. I should really come. Don't you think like that? I'm not talking about our class. Our class is superb only. I'm just telling in general. If at all, everyone, whoever is learning in ISKCON, is ISKCON Mangalore. I'm not talking all the ISKCON. ISKCON Mangalore. Those students or teachers, even teachers, that means nobody comes. Even if the teachers come also, it will be like teachers themselves are 600, 700 people will be there. Admins, double of that numbers. In each class, co-host, admin, that, this, what names and all is there. So many people are there, but maybe some, problem will be there, like, this what, they may have that office, that shift duty and all may be there, but then still 10% rakho utna. but then people are not that very keen. So that is a very sad part. Anyway, so this is all the fact what we are learning. So let us improve ourselves at least from now on, because 12th chapter is meant for that only. God is stepping down, 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 and he's telling, okay, you can't do this. I will give you another solution. Even this you cannot do. I will give you another solution. But please come to me. Please come to. He's requesting. He's pleading. Each sloka is like after 10th sloka it will come. So now what? Then again in the 8th chapter. His attention fully to the whole. So what are we expected to do? We have to give total attention to the whole. What is that whole? Is our Lord. Then again in the 8th chapter, what it is said? It was said that anyone who thinks of Krishna at the time of quitting his body, 8th chapter is that way. What is that shloka? Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam.
Ante cha mukta kalevaram.
Yeah, and one more shloka is there. Antakalecha mameva. So there are plenty of other shlokas also, very nice shlokas. So there also, in the 8th chapter also, what it is said, at least at the end of your life, you're going to die. At that time, you take Narayana or Krishna or Rama, any name, I will take you. But how many people can get that? Kulesheka Alvar, that's why he says in Mukundamala, please take me now only, because I cannot guarantee myself at the end of my, that when I breathe my last, I would have been choked with all that, this
Kapha, Vata, Pitta,
Vata,
Kima,
all that,
Aushadha.
having so much pain. It is said, it like 10,000 or some numbers they have given. Scorpions will bite you. That sort of a pain you'll get when you're at the last moment, when the soul gets out of your body, you get so much pain, and then that pain, who will remember Krishna? But yes, a devotee can remember. Why? He sneezes, Krishna. He coughs, Krishna. He calls somebody, hey Krishna, Hare Krishna. Phone utaya, Hare Krishna. So for him, every time while speaking also, in his behavior also, he'll keep saying Krishna, Krishna. So there is a chance, like, at the end of your last breath also, there is a chance like you will get the name in your mouth, and then you will escape. But what guarantee we will? Kulashekara Alvar, such a great devotee, those people have doubts. So who are we like? So we have to put into practice. So then again in the 8th chapter, it is said that anyone who thinks of Krishna at the time of quitting his body is at once transferred to the spiritual sky, to the abode of Krishna. And at the so many chapters, it has been hammered in our head. Still, so many people are not taking so much interest and not becoming perfect. At least we cannot become perfect. At least we can try to do some perfection. And at the end of 6th chapter, the Lord clearly said that all yogis, one who always think of Krishna within himself, is considered the most perfect. So in practically every chapter, the conclusion has been that one should be attached to the personal form of Krishna. It is very clearly mentioned. You just don't sit in some blank and nothing. No. I mean, nothing. You cannot see anything. You don't believe in any form. Just sit and in the vacuum, you just concentrate. No, it is not mentioned at all. It is always mentioned in every chapter at the end, like it said, remember the personal form of Lord, remember, chant his name, form, rupa, in all that Krishna is there. So for that is the highest spiritual realization. Nevertheless, there are those who are not attached to the personal form of Krishna. In spite of all that, they believe in that. They are so firmly detached that even in the preparation of commentaries to Bhagavad Gita, they want to distract other people from Krishna, transfer all devotion to the impersonal Brahma Jyoti. Now we know very clearly Brahma Jyoti is what? The effulgence coming out of the Lord. The Lord means in what form? Brahma, not that Lord Brahma. Brahman effulgence, that effulgence itself is called Brahman. So there only they want to get merged. There is still some path to go to reach the Lord, but they're not interested. They feel I'm happy here. So that one type of people who believe in only, they do not believe in personal form. They want to get merged in. They believe in merging in that this Brahma Jyotir. They prefer to meditate on the impersonal form of the absolute truth, which is beyond the reach of the senses and is not manifest. It is not manifested. It is unmanifested form. And so factually, there are two classes of transcendental. They are also bhaktas. They are also bhaktas, but they are all impersonalists. So two classes of transcendentalists. Now Arjuna is trying to settle the question of which process is easier, of which process is easier, and which of the classes is most perfect. In other words, he is clarifying his own position because he is attached to the personal form of Krishna. Now he wants to get it confirmed, So is it okay if I believe you like a god and I'm going to, do service to you and all? That is okay or like impersonalist? He wanted to get that clarified. He is not attached to the impersonal Brahman. He wants to know whether his position is secure. Am I in the right path? Am I doing correctly? So the impersonal manifestation, either in this material world or in the spiritual world of the Supreme Lord, is a problem for meditation. Actually, one cannot perfectly conceive of the impersonal feature of the absolute truth. एक form रख के when we concentrate still 1 minute, 2 minutes, your mind is gone haywire. Suddenly your mind will go some in America, London, somewhere, it just loiters. Again, you have to bring back. When you chant also, just close your eyes, you keep chanting. 2 minutes हो गया, 3 minutes हो गया, पता नहीं चलेगा when your mind just gets loitered. Your mouth will be saying Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. For 2 minutes, maximum for 2, at least I'm talking about myself. 2 or 3 minutes, I can hold the mind with Krishna's form and, in that concentration. Suddenly, I don't know how it escapes and it goes some other place. Again, you have to bring it back. That is so difficult. Even when you believe in a form and you are going to concentrate on a form, is so difficult. Imagine their position who doesn't believe in any form. It is so very difficult in the void. Nothing is there. So how can they concentrate? So for them, it is very difficult. So what he's saying, the impersonal manifestation either in the material world or in the spiritual world of the Supreme Lord is a problem for meditation. Actually, one cannot perfectly conceive of the impersonal feature of the absolute truth. Therefore, Arjuna wants to say, what is the use of such a waste of time? Indirectly saying, but people who are doing that, why unnecessarily when they know it is not to be done? Krishna is also telling in every chapter in Bhagavad Gita that personal form is best. This path is, easy and all. Then why they are wasting their time? Arjuna experienced in the 11th chapter that to be attached to the personal form of Krishna is best. Because he could thus understand all of the forms at the same time, there was no disturbance to his love for Krishna. Take any form. He's showing, no? He's showing all these universal. Okay, you think if you see the sun as a god, you remember me when you see the sun. Okay, Baba, think of sun and just remember me. Moon, okay. So anyway, when you drink water, you're getting the taste of water, then you remember me. Okay, get attached to that. So so many examples are given. So that is very easy to understand than to have the impersonal feature. So that is what the earlier chapters have discussed. So he could thus understand all of the forms at the same time, and there was no disturbance to his love for Krishna. This important question asked of Krishna by Arjuna will clarify the distinction between the impersonal and personal conception of the absolute truth. Yeah. Now, who wants to take two? If nobody wants to take, I will keep on yapping. Yeah. Prasanna Chitta Prabhuji, Sanju Mataji is raised. Yes. Hare Krishna. There's some disturbance from your house, Mataji. Background, some sound. Now we stopped. So if you can comfortably sit in a place where the sound doesn't come, it will be better for everyone. Is it comfortable, Mataji? Sanju Mataji? Okay, she's not comfortable.
Yes, Mataji.
Now it is stopped. Yeah, take Mataji.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Maya Avyesha Mano.
I will tell you. Okay. Hare Krishna, I will tell you how to read. You read after me. All these shlokas are also very important. When it gets distorted, then the meaning doesn't come, Maya Veshya Mano Emam.
Maya Vesha Mano Emam.
Nitya Yukta Upasate.
Nitya Yukta Upashati.
Pasate, Sasa. Upasate.
Upasate.
Shraddhaya Parayopetas.
Shraddhaya Parayopetas.
Te me yukta tamo mata. Tamalika, na? Te me yukta tama mata.
Te me yukta tama mata.
Haribol, like that you should always. So what will happen is, see, now you may not know the meaning and all. Once you keep reading, each word, when you clearly spell, clearly pronounce and all, that meaning itself will just, immediately you can grasp. Then you can understand. You will enjoy more. Now you read. Hare Krishna. Synonyms.
Synonyms. Sri Bhagavanuvacha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Mai, upon me, Avyesha, fixing mana, the mind, ye, those who, mam, nitya, always, yukta, engaged, upasate, worship, shraddhaya, with faith, paraya, transcendental, upe,
Paraya.
paraya, transcendental, upeta, endowed, they may
By me.
by me, Yukta
Maha.
Tama, Yukta Tamaha, most perfect in yoga, Mataha, are considered.
Mataha. Mataha are considered.
Mataha are considered. Translation interpreted by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The Supreme Personality of a Godhead said, those who fix their minds on my personal forms and are always engaged in worshipping me with great and transcendental faith are considered by me to be most perfect.
Perfect. Yeah. Yes. Perfect.
In answer to Arjuna's question, Krishna clearly says that he who concentrates upon his personal form and who worship him with faith and devotion is to be considered most perfect in yoga. For one in such a Krishna consciousness, there are no material activities because everything is done for Krishna. A pure devotee is constantly engaged. Sometimes he chants, sometimes he hears or reads books about Krishna, or sometimes he cooks prasadam or goes to the marketplace to purchase something for Krishna. Sometimes he washes the temple or the dishes. Whatever he does not let a single movement pass without devoting his activities to Krishna. Such action in full samadhi.
So we need not have to go to where the jungle, stand on one leg, pranayama, pratyahara, dhyana, and all that. We need not have to go to reach that samadhi level. Doing this itself is samadhi. So he is equating that. Krishna is saying this is better. He is given his verdict. When Arjuna asked, immediately he said his verdict. Personal form if japa karo, that is sufficient. That is what is, final. That is, those people are considered as perfect. He's saying that. So such action, whatever we do for Krishna, but not for our satisfaction. We are doing anything we do for Krishna. Prasadam, yes, every day we need to offer. Whatever you offer, that only you have to eat. With your young age and all, I cannot force you all because whole day you may be out and all. But I'm saying just from home you take dabba, whatever is offered to the Lord, put it in dabba and take, eat later. But then you have to offer it to the Lord. Only that thing has to be had as you should eat only prasadam. Yes. 3 and 4. Prasanna Chitta Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Etvi Aksharamanidesham Vyakta
Anideshyam. Aksharam. Aksharam nahi hai. Anideshyam.
Aksharam.
Ye tvaksharam anirdeshyam.
Etvi Aksharam Anideshyam
Avyaktam
Avyaktam Paryupashate Sarvatragam Achintyam Cha Kudasta Achalam Dhruvam
Kutastam. Kutastam.
Kutastam Achalam Dhruvam
Ribol.
Sanniya Indriya Gramam Sarvatra
Gramam.
Samam Sarvatra Samabuddhaya Te Prapnuvanti Mameva Sarvabhuta Iterata.
Ribol.
Synonyms: Te, ye, those who, too, but Aksharam, that which is beyond the perception of the senses. Anirdeshyam, indefinite. Avyaktam, unmanifested. Paryupashate, completely engaged in worshipping. Sarvatragam, all pervading. Achintyam, inconceivable. Cha, also. Kutastha, unchanging. Achalam, immovable. Dhruvam, fixed. Sanniyam, ya, controlling. Indriya, gramam, all senses. Sarvatra, everywhere. Samabuddhaya, equally disposed. Te, they.
prapnuvanti achivam me eva certainly sarva bhuta ite for the welfare of all living entities. Radha engage. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. But those who fully worship the unmanifested, that which lies beyond the perception of the senses, the all-pervading, inconceivable, unchanging, fixed, and immovable, the impersonal conception of the absolute truth, by controlling the various senses and being equally disposed to everyone, such persons engaged in the welfare of all at last achieve me. Quote,
They also
those
achieve, but after doing all this, so difficult, and then finally they come. So there's like going by steps. 50th floor mein hai, jana hai. They will take the steps. No, I'm scared of the lift. So go walking. But what we are all smart people. What we have done, Prabhupada has shown a great way. Just press the button, 50th floor, just press the button, 2 minutes, you're up. Not even 2 minutes. Less than a minute, you're up. Yes, perfect. Yes, Prabhuji.
Those who do not directly worship the Supreme Godhead, Krishna, but who attempt to achieve the same goal by an indirect process, also ultimately achieve the same goal. Shri Krishna, after many births, the man of wisdom seeks refuge in him, knowing that Vasudeva is all. When a person comes to full knowledge after many births, he surrenders unto Lord Krishna. If one approaches the Godhead by the method mentioned in this verse, he has to control the senses, render service to everyone, and engage in the welfare of all beings. It is inferred that one has to approach Lord Krishna, otherwise, there is no perfect realization. Often, there is much penance involved before one fully surrenders unto him. In order to perceive super soul within the individual soul, one has to cease the sensual activities of seeing, hearing, tasting, working, etc. Then one come to understand that the supreme soul is present everywhere. Realizing this, one envies no living entity. He sees no difference between man and animal because he sees soul only, not the outer covering. But for the common man, this method of impersonal realization is very difficult.
Very well. So, what do you have understood, Prabhuji? We have already discussed everything. So,
Yes,
people
Mataji.
who,
Yeah, it is the direct process. Like whoever takes to Krishna, it's easy. Even though they are not taking direct process, they will ultimately attain the same direction, but in a longer path. So Krishna.
Hare Krishna, his line is got cut. Yeah. So the yogis and all, what they will do, they take the indirect path. So they do what? Render service of somewhere it's given, no? Just skipped. Control. He has to what? Control the senses, pranayama, pratyahara, all that. And then render service to everyone. So all this, somewhere it is given to so many. And engage in the welfare of all beings. So he has to be good with everyone. He cannot get angry. He has to control his mind, control his senses. Everything he has to put, and then he will definitely reach the Lord. What are we doing? We are also doing the same thing. Only ours is what? Getting up early in the morning. Naturally, you're killing your own sleep. That is okay. You're not harming anyone. You're killing your own sleep and you're getting up early and you're doing devotion right from the moment you got up and the Mangala Aarti starts, your devotion starts. And then continues your japa, you're attending Bhagavatam, you're so many classes, and then even when you're in the office, when you're in college or anything, remember Lord and take your lessons. Remember, whenever the time permits, remember the Lord. That way, when you do, that is the path what we have chosen. So that is how to realize the perfect realization. But otherwise, these things, or it is inferred that one has to approach Lord Krishna. Otherwise, there is no perfect realization. But our path is what? Only the path is different. They are taking the indirect path, which is like we are going for a vacation and you're going in your own car or something or vehicle. There is a path like that, which is all muddy and all that, very difficult to ride. I mean, go in that path. But here it is a perfect, that in this, what do you call that cement road, sup karke chala jayega. Which one you'll always, it is obvious that you'll always prefer to go because this is also going to the same destination. So it is better to have this fast track, like our fast track. Yeah, that example we can give. What we are doing and what people the long process when we are already completing 12th chapter now. In how many times? I think November we started, no? November, we can include November because whole of November, December, January, February. We are just completing February now. 4 months we are come to 12th chapter. When I did Bhakti Shastri, it was taking, I think, 2 years to complete full Bhagavad Gita. So this is a fast track. Fast track is very effective. So what we are doing, we are just all our activities are seeing, tasting, working, everything for Krishna. So then one comes to understand that the Supreme Soul. So then what we slowly understand when you do all this process, in the process when you're in, you start understanding that he's a male, he's a female, he's an animal, he's a bird. No, we won't start differentiating, not at this level. After that, when you be in the same process at the end of our journey, like, what we'll have no distinction between any human being. Anybody talking nonsense also, you'll accept him. Everybody is all human are same. All living beings are same for us. That one shloka is there, no? What is it? The starting of the shloka? Panditaha.
Brahman, Pandita Samadarshina. Brahmine Hasta Gavi is
Vidya Vinay
Pandita
Sampane, Brahmane Gavihastini, Sunita Sopaketa Pandita.
Yes. So the
Vidya
Pandita
Vinay
Samadarshana. So we will also become Pandita one day. Right now we are not Pandita. But this path will take us to that. Okay, Hare Krishna. So realizing this, once we start realizing one enemy is no living, so we won't have any enmity towards anyone. We will not get affected because of some. We won't be greedy of anything. We won't compete with anything. We are all calm and composed. Every human being, because all are Atma only. Like that, he sees no difference between man and animal because he is in every Atma. I mean, every form he sees only the soul. And not the outer covering. Yes. So for the common man, this method of impersonal realization is very difficult. We are all common man. For us, it is a difficult path. It is not that that path they cannot realize. They can realize. There are still people who are doing that, impersonal realization. No, they may be doing. They are okay with taking that difficult path. But for us, we have to be on the easy path. We have to take. Yeah. Who is taking the next one? Are you back, Prabhuji? Shravanananda Prabhuji. Who was reading?
I was reading Mataji.
Ananda only.
On the way, Mataji.
Oh, Prasannachit Prabhu was reading, Mataji.
Acha, Prasannachita Prabhu. I always get confused. Though I can make out from their, the names are getting confused. Yeah. Yeah, who's taking this? Fifth one? If you people don't raise hand, I will start taking. Okay, I will take. क्लेशो अधिकतरस्तेषाम् अव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम् अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम् देहवद्भिरवाप्यते. So very important shloka this is. Klesha, troubles, adhikatara, very much, tesham, of them, avyakta, to the unmanifest, asakta, attached, chetasam, of those whose minds, avyakta, towards the unmanifested, he certainly, gatihi, progress, dukkham, with trouble, dehavadbihi, by the embodied, avapyate, is achieved. What is saying? Translation and purport by Divine Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. For those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested, impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. Advancement in what? In spiritual. In spiritual path, the advancement is very difficult because it's difficult to conceive of without form. How can you concentrate? I just cannot understand. So to make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied. Since we have a body, we always believe everything as a body. Something in the body form, we will start believing. Without a body, then it is for a people like us who are embodied. Are we in the Sukshma Sharira? Without body, then we can understand. So God in the impersonal feature. But we all have body. So we also want Krishna to have nose, eyes, and hands, everything. Then only it is belief becomes easy then. So purport what he says, Prabhupada, the group of transcendentalists who follow the path of inconceivable, unmanifested, impersonal feature of the Supreme Lord are called what? Jnana yogis. They are all very much good in scriptures. They may say, talk and all that. Debates. They will win in debates and all that. They are all jnana. Jnana may both, case. And persons who are in full Krishna consciousness, engaged in devotional service to the Lord, are called what? Bhakti yogis. We are all what? We are all doing what? We won't have any knowledge of what? I don't understand which Bhagavad Gita verse. I don't know. There's one word here, one. That's okay. At this level, you cannot tell the whole, shloka. It's okay. You need not have to drill your brain and just by heart everything. Whatever you understand is, but your bhakti has to be there. That should be on the top level. Just memorizing everything and, but no bhakti. That is of no use. So those people, impersonalists are all jnana yogis. They all so much of jnanam. Jnanam means what? So much of intelligence and all that. But what the people who are engaged in Krishna consciousness, engaged in devotional service to the personal feature of the form, they are called what? They are bhaktas, bhakti yogis. Now here the difference between jnana yoga and bhakti yoga is definitely expressed. The process of jnana yoga, although ultimately bringing one to the same goal, where we are going, Goloka Vrindavan, they will also come through hardship, holding the pranayam, all that, say, what, standing on one leg and all, or too much of learning scriptures, that just by heart karke, they will also come there, but their path is very hard. What ultimately bringing one to the same goal is very troublesome. For them, it is very troublesome. Whereas the path of Bhakti Yoga, the process of being in direct service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is easier and is natural for the embodied soul. But some people may argue, what you're talking, Mataji, early morning when you ask us to get up, that itself is so difficult. They will start, arguing from that. Every day you ask us to get up. One Sunday we get, after 6 days of working, that Sunday also you don't allow us to sleep. You want us to be in the Bhakti, what, Mangalarti, our name is all noted. But this is anytime better than their process. You should see their process. Then only we'll understand our process is always anytime better. And once you start getting up, your alarm need not have to even ring. You will automatically, your body clock will tell you have to fast on after 14 days fast. Every morning you will automatically, even if you want to sleep, your body will start aching. You will be up totally, fresh before the alarm goes. So the body clock will start working and you will be total. Then it becomes easy. So our bhakti path is how initially it will be all troublesome, very difficult. It is kadwa. It is bitter in the beginning. Later, what it becomes very sweet because everything becomes very simple. So Bhakti Yoga is definitely the process of Jnana Yoga, although ultimately bringing one to the same goal, is very troublesome. Whereas the path of Bhakti Yoga, the process of being in direct service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is easier. Is what Prabhupada is saying, and we can actually understand that. Doing 16 Mala, earlier it was difficult for so many people. Now it's become simple. 16 is so very easy. They started doing more also. It is easier and is natural for the embodied soul. The individual soul is embodied since time immemorial. It is very difficult for him to simply theoretically understand that he is not the body. Can we talk even now? I'm not the body, I'm the soul. So how much you can understand? No. Though technically, yes. Scripture, yeah. In book, yeah. Bookish knowledge, yes. I'm not the body, I'm the soul. But when you start behaving, you feel hungry, your body needs food. Otherwise, you will go to sleep. So like that and all. So you are embodied soul. So you will always on the body conscious only. So what is given? It is very theoretical. Yeah, it is very difficult for him to simply theoretically understand that he is not the body. Therefore, Bhakti Yogi accepts the deity of Krishna as worshipable because there is some bodily conception. Krishna ko bhi is the same form he has. He has 2 hands, 2 legs. Like that only you can understand, and you'll become comfortable thinking Lord in that same human form. Which can be thus be applied. Of course, worship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his form within the temple is not idol worship. What is that? Earlier I missed something. Therefore, Bhakti Yogi accepts the deity of Krishna as worshipable because there is some bodily conception fixed in the mind, which can thus be applied. Of course, worship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his form within the temple is not idol worship. So in the we say no. Archa Vigraha. Even there you can actually see the Lord. So, yesterday we sang that Adaram Maduram. You can see because they decorate also in such a way, smiling Lord, that way, the way he's been decorated and all that. So he's not just an idol. Idol is what? Sculpture is made and he has kept. We don't see when we go to temple, you don't know, you do not appreciate that sculpture. We actually think the Lord in that form. So, of course, worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his form within the temple is not idol worship. There is evidence in the Vedic literature that worship may be saguna or nirguna. There are 2 types. Saguna means with all guna, nirguna is without any guna. Of the Supreme possessing or not possessing attributes. Worship of the deity in the temple is saguna with all gunas. Saguna worship for the Lord is represented by material qualities. But the form of the Lord, though represented by material qualities such as stone, wood, or oil paint, is not actually material. So even though it has been made in the wood, made of wood in this, Puri, Jagannath Puri and all, it is made of wood only. In our south and all, you can see it is all made of black stone. In north side, Kashmir and all that, north side, you can see all the Krishna, though he was in a dark complexion, Neela Mega Shyama, that way. But then they have marble, they have white. But Mayapur mein, yes, Mayapur mein they have black stone. So like that, but it is made, it can be made of wood or marble or mittika, anything. But then such that is what is given, though it has been represented by, it has been made of that, the deity has been made in that, such as stone, wood, or oil paint, is not actually material. Then you do not see the material, the wood material. See, when you go to Puri Jagannath, you don't see this wood has been carved very well, no, that hand is done. You don't see the carving part. You see the Lord only. Though it is in wood, made of wood, you see the form of the Lord in that, that akar. So that is, so even the oil paint, some people may not have a deity in that, Vigraha and all, they keep paintings. So this is the absolute nature of the Supreme Lord. The Lord comes in that, whether it's an oil paint or made of wood or made of stone, the Lord comes into that, this also, material also. A crude example may be given here. We may find some mailboxes on the street. And if we post our letters in those boxes, they will naturally go to their destination without difficulty. You write the address, put it in the box, it will go. Are we going to check whether who is opening, whether he, follow him, whether he's going to post office, whether then we don't. For us, what put in the box, that it will reach after 4 or 5 days, definitely the letter will go. So they will naturally go to the destination without difficulty. But any old box or an imitation, which we may find somewhere, but which is not authorized by the post office, will not do that work. So we have a normal, I don't know whether now post office is there, post boxes are there nowadays. But there it will be written the time also, when the postman will come and pick up. So with the time we can make out those days, when we were small and all that, greeting cards. We used to buy that cards and, Diwali greeting, New Year greetings, we used to buy. We used to buy and post. So money was less, with the pocket money. Oh, close friend, I have to send that, that's a personal thing. Now what everything is coming, WhatsApp and all that's become cheap. So that even that affection and even that thing is also gone now. So there I used to see, that postman is already gone. Oh God, now he will pick up only in the evening. The time will show, it will be written, the time, he will adjust. So properly in the mailbox only you have to put, then only it will reach the destination. Any box, any old box, nothing is, no lock in that. You cannot put in that, and that will what? It will not reach the destination. So similarly, God has an authorized representation in the deity form, which is called Archa Vigraha. He has a form, which is the Archa Vigraha. This Archa Vigraha is an incarnation of the Supreme Lord. God will accept service through that form. The Lord is omnipotent, all-powerful. Therefore, by his incarnation as Archa Vigraha, he can accept the services of the devotee. He is standing morning, Mangalarti, he is there ready to bestow us whatever you want. I'm giving you. Tathastu. But most of the people, you keep saying Tathastu, I want to sleep. So God will say, okay, Tathastu for that also. He will not bother us. He will not trouble us at all. You want to sleep? Okay, sleep. So such people will always sleep in their life. Maybe next Janma, provided if they get human form, they can do service, devotional service. Otherwise what? As a dog or a cockroach or something. See, I used to always, I'm afraid of cockroach. So I used to always get that fear, Oh, anytime if I see cockroach and I get a heart attack and if I die, what will happen? I would have seen only cockroach. Next Janma, sure to get a cockroach form. So actually that is sunk in so much. Anywhere we go, so many vacation also I went, so many forms, so many that, different living beings. I used to feel pity for them. Oh God, that I think what I saw, elephant. So I was touching him and although next Janma, you'll surely get a human form. You are so huge. You can't even lift yourself. You are finding so difficult. I really pray for you. I really said that people were laughing at me, my own people. But I know that realization comes in us. Even in that, there's some soul is there. He's unable to speak. He's in that elephant form. How to come out of that? He will come, definitely we can pray for that soul. It has to come, the next birth, at least it should let it come in the human form and come out of this death and birth, birth and death cycle. So just recently I was thinking of that. So the Archa Vigraha is an incarnation of the Supreme Lord. God will accept service through that form. The Lord is omnipotent, all powerful. Therefore, by his incarnation as Archa Vigraha, why it is kept as Archa Vigraha? He is there waiting to bestow us everything. Just come and see me, do service to me. I will bestow all good luck to you. He can accept the service of the devotee just to make it convenient for the man in conditioned life. So for the how much is there? Oh, I'll just finish it. 5 minutes, I will just read. So for a devotee, there's no difficulty in approaching the Supreme immediately and directly. But for those who are following the impersonal way to spiritual realization, the path is very difficult. They have to understand the unmanifested representation of the Supreme through such Vedic hymns, Vedic literature, Upanishad and all they have to read. Then they understand what is God. So, and they have to learn the language, understand the non-perpetual, non-perceptual feelings. They have to understand, first of all, everything, all our scriptures are written in Sanskrit. How many people are Pandit in Sanskrit? We don't understand much. So then you have to, that Akshar Ucharan, we say, that pronunciation, that diction, everything has to be perfect. So such Vedic, understand the non-perceptual feelings and realize all these processes. This is not very easy for a common man. Now, we are all so very less intelligent, we are not that very smart and all. We have not learned that language also. So it is not very easy for us. A person in Krishna consciousness, engaged in devotional service, simply by the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, simply by offering regulative obeisances unto the deity, simply by hearing the glories of the Lord. So very simply saying, and simply by eating the remnants of foodstuffs offered to the Lord, realizes the Supreme Personality of Godhead very easily. So our path is so very easy. Early morning, get up, see the Mangalarti, do your japa, offer to the Lord, eat the same prasadam, hear Bhagavatam, do your work and hear, or travel, you hear, just keep hearing. The Shunbatam, that Shunu is only given importance. No? So our path is very easy and we are going to reach faster also. Before those people go, we will reach fast to the back home, back to Godhead. There's no doubt that the impersonalists are unnecessarily taking a troublesome path with the risk of not realizing the absolute truth at the ultimate end. Again, they are reaching only till the Brahman platform. What about after that, Paramatma and then Krishna? They are unable to reach that level. But the personalist, without any risk, trouble, or difficulty, approaches the Supreme Personality directly. A similar passage appears in Srimad Bhagavatam also. It is said, it is stated there that if one ultimately has to surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, this surrendering process is called what? Bhakti. What is surrendering? Not necessarily Dandavat. Koi Dandavat kiya, but no Bhakti in him. No. The feeling of, surrendering, the feeling of everything is for the Lord. When that is what is called Bhakti, the surrenderance. But instead takes the trouble to understand what is Brahman and what is not Brahman. That is what scriptural knowledge, It has to be read like that. It has to be all dukkurum karne. Yesterday we said, no, Bhaja Govinda, Govindam Bhaja Mudamate. What is Samsare? Tam Nihite Kale, Nahi Rakshati, Dukrin Karne. When you read scriptures and no, do this, I mean, put that letter here.
Samprapte Sannihiti Kale, Nahi Rakshati.
Correct. I always forget, those verses also. Correct. So, what is that? Dukru. You keep repeating that word, so understand the meaning and understand that will not take you because there's no bhakti in that. But ours is what? Simple process. So what is Brahman and what is not Brahman, and spends his whole life in that way, the result is simply troublesome. Therefore, it is advised here that one should not take up this troublesome path of self-realization because there is uncertainty. Again, there is uncertainty in the ultimate result. But ours is what? It's already what? Reservation booked. They are all in RAC. RAC, you all train people who are traveling in train, they may know. RAC is doubtful whether you will get confirmed or not confirmed like that. Ours is confirmed ticket. A living entity is eternally an individual soul, and if he wants to merge into spiritual whole, he may accomplish the realization of the eternal and knowledgeable aspects of his original nature. but the blissful portion is not realized. So what we are into, we are actually understanding and we are feeling happy about knowing Krishna. Offering, yes, you have become happy. Take his name, we become happy. Those people are missing that blissful part. That blissful portion is not real. By the grace of some devotee, such a transcendentalist, highly learned in the process of Jnana Yoga, Pandit, Mahapandit, may come to the point of Bhakti Yoga or devotional service. At that time, long practice in impersonalism also becomes a source of trouble. What guarantee till the end of your journey you'll say, oh God, I'm really trouble of standing on one leg. Oh, so much of scriptures, when I just forget and all that. So he very doubtful that he will be able to proceed further. Where was I? At that time, long practice in impersonalism also becomes a source of trouble because he cannot give up the idea. Therefore, an embodied soul is always in difficulty with the unmanifest. We are manifested in a human form. We will also, it is easy for us to believe our God in the human form. So that is how, otherwise it is very difficult for us to understand. Both, therefore, an embodied soul is always in difficulty with the unmanifest, both at the time of practice and at the time of realization. Every living soul is partially dependent, and one should know for certain that this unmanifested realization is against the nature of his spiritual blissful self. He will not understand because we are all Satchit Ananda. That Ananda feeling will not come only. One should not take up this process. For every individual living entity, the process of Krishna consciousness, which entails full engagement in devotional service, is the best way. What Prabhupada says, what Krishna said, that only he says. So he is saying in the simple English that this is the best part. What we are doing is the best. If one wants to ignore this devotional service, in spite of all this Krishna bol diya, Prabhupada is also said, but no, I don't want to listen to all that. I want to have my own path. If one wants to ignore this devotional service, there is the danger of turning to atheism. So that is at the time, a stage will come when we will stop, believing in God only. With some maqsad, with some, ultimate motive, you may be believing. If that doesn't happen, if you want, best college, you want to get admission, you do all that thing. If you don't get, oh God, this God doesn't have heart, he doesn't have eyes, he doesn't understand how much I did for him. I'm totally against that Lord. So he become totally atheist. That chances are there. So thus the process of centering attention onto the unmanifested, the inconceivable, which is beyond the approach of the senses, as already expressed in this verse, should never be encouraged at any time, especially in this age. In this age, what? Not our biological age, in the age of Kali. In the age of Kali, what is advised? Japa yoga, Bhagwan ke naam japo. So it is not advised by Lord Krishna also. That is what it is being given. From 6 and 7, we'll take it on Monday. Hare Krishna. What is given on chat? Attendance. Okay. Yeah, I took more. Stop share and we'll end the class. We'll meet on Monday and next week would be the last. Okay. No excuse for people who are not giving exam. You will not be. Then again, you will have to. So people who miss exam, they will have to again go through the second module again. Whoever is taking in whichever class, second module, they will have to start from 7th chapter again. So this is a warning bell I'm giving. This, I think, getting recorded also. No, I didn't stop here. So whoever is seek the recording also, they should also be, oh, may bhool gaya, that thing will not work. No, we are all very mature. So we have to be very serious in our path. There's no, as I said, these exams are all not for pass, fail. It is not like any material, subject. To get a certificate, hang it on the wall. What does it make a difference? Whether you, even my Bhakti Shastri, the bookshelf, it is laminated. They give me laminated only. No, they didn't give me laminated. I laminated. But then it is lying in the bookshelf. Of course, I have kept it. Say, what difference does it make? So it is only the feeling, towards the Lord. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Vanchakalpatarubhyascha, Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo,
Vaishnavebhyo namo
Namo
namaha. Anantakoti
Anantakoti
Vaishnava
Vaishnava
Vrinda
ki
ki
jai.
jai.
Anantakoti Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Ramacharya Haridas Thakur ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki
Jai.
jai. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai.
Jai.
Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavad Granthon ki jai.
Jai.
Shri Radha Govind ki jai.
Jai.
Shri Ram Lalla ki jai.
Jai.
और प्रेमानंदे हरि
Hari Hari Bol.
Mataji,
All glories to
Hare Krishna.
assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.
Mataji,
Yes, Mataji.
Mataji, it is Prasanachit Prabhu's spiritual birthday today. 2 years ago, this is the day he was initiated. So we pray that he is always in the shelter of Guru in Gauranga.
Hari, Hari, Hari,
Oh,
Hari,
very nice.
Hari,
All
Hari,
our
Hari.
blessings and Gauranga's blessings. We all pray for your spiritual journey. The same interest. And I just know I felt, he has a problem with that job cutting, that shift. I was just feeling in my mind, let him get a proper job where he can do justice for his devotional service. Because he wants to do devotion, he is unable to, attend. So that sort of a feeling is there, which Krishna will understand. He will. I think by the end of this course, you will get a better job, better prospective job. You will be happy with the job also. And that's what we can always wish for you. Okay.
Right.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare
I'll end the
Krishna.
Hare
meeting
Krishna, Mataji.
on Monday. Okay.
Hare